TVET Environmental Biotechnology. So what exactly is TVET Environmental Biotechnology? Why is there a need for the subject matter? And why is there a specific niche area for environment in biotechnology as a whole? To comprehend TVET biotechnology, we must ask and answer a series of questions. Obviously, the first question is, what is environmental biotechnology? To answer the question, we must look at these two words, which is environment and biotechnology, in both the academic and application contexts. So the first word is environment. Environment is basically the natural world that we live in. Everything which is not man-made is considered as the environment. What does it compose of? It composes of geographical areas, living organisms, and the various biogeochemical cycles that must run in equilibrium to make this world suitable for its inhabitants. Now, in academic terms, environment is the combination of various scientific disciplines such as biology, chemistry, and engineering, coupled with social sciences such as management and economics, with the ultimate goal of creating a sustainable, cleaner, and better future. Then the second word is biotechnology, which literally means the advancement of living organisms and various living systems for the benefit of mankind. So when we combine both these words, it ultimately creates a subject matter where living organisms and systems are altered for the sole purpose of creating a greener, sustainable, and secured future for the human race. Having heard the explanation, we can say that environmental biotechnology sounds very idealistic, but we have to remember that this subject matter did not come from wants and desires, but rather it arises in the form of necessity and needs due to the environmental degradation caused by us as human beings. The subject is not about saving the environment solely, but it acts as a means to save humankind from extinction. Now the second question is, how does TVET relate to environmental biotechnology? To answer that question, we have to delve right into the job scope to see the connection between TVET and environmental biotechnology. When we talk about environmental job scopes, we must be familiar with the term green jobs, or in a better context, green skills. Since Australia is the proponent or pioneer of green skills, it is fitting that I use them as a reference. Australia mentioned green skills as the technical skills, knowledge, values, and attitude needed in the workforce to develop a sustainable social, economic, and environmental outcomes in businesses, industries, and the community as a whole. If you were to look at it in a simpler view and in context of environmental biotechnology, green skills is basically the subset of skills and practicality that we learn in other biotechnology subjects with the aim to regenerate, restore, and sustain the environment. This parameter requires a host of technical skills and hands-on approach in line with TVET education. Now the third question is, does the industry require TVET environmental biotechnology? If we look at the industrial landscape in Malaysia, the demand for workers skilled in environmental biotechnology comes from areas such as water treatment, wastewater treatment, biogas production, agricultural management, waste management, and even biomining. But then, we must understand the nature of environmental biotechnology as being a wide and cross-boundary subject. The effectiveness and survivability, if I may say, for a worker in the industry relies on his or her ability to be a jack of all trades. For example, if you were to take one field in the industry, such as wastewater treatment, we can demonstrate these points further. When working in the wastewater industry with a background in TVET environmental biotechnology, we will either be employed as a lab executive, a lab technician, a process operator, or an R&D executive. The job scope will primarily be the maintenance of microbial life form used in the wastewater treatment system. We will deal with parameters such as BOD, or biological oxygen demand, COD, chemical oxygen demand, and nutrient concentrations, as these are the main ingredients of an effective system. But what we must be aware of is there are secondary parameters that we need to be cautious with, such as dissolved oxygen, carbon dioxide levels, the various gases produced via metabolism, and the temperature of reactions inside the system. All of the secondary parameters rely on probes and mechanical systems which revolve around various engineering disciplines. To be effective and efficient in the industry, knowledge on multiple matters is very vital. This is why the awareness of multidiscipline in TVET should be highlighted early on in the learning process of environmental biotechnology. Now, the fourth question is there a demand for TVET biotechnology in the current time and in the future? If we look at the state of the environment that we are in, through observation of various data such as carbon dioxide levels, temperature levels, deforestation and population growth, we can see the hockey stick shape prevailing in each graph. This basically implies that we are now crossing the tipping point. The tipping point refers to a state where the natural equilibrium of the environmental system is broken, and this will lead the Earth to evolve into a non-livable system. It may sound worrying, but as environmental biotechnologists, this is a very exciting time to be a part of, as it will be our job to bring those levels down. Preserving the environment is no longer about sustainability, but we are now forced to transform environmental protection towards a state of active curing. This will open a host of opportunities to use the various skills that we possess as environmental biotechnologists. We will be forced to be more creative in environmental solutions, and we will have to distance ourselves from the old method of environmental preservation in just monitoring and recording data. More than ever, the usefulness of TVET in biotechnology or environmental biotechnology is at a very high point. However, we must remember that even though environmental biotechnology heavily relies on TVET, we cannot afford to create proponents which sees the environment as just an outlet for making a living or profit purposes only. We have to instill the love, the passion, and the awareness for the environment. Those involved in the environmental sector must believe in what they are doing. For every measurement that they take, for every sample that they collect, and for every test that they conduct, they must believe that they are making a difference. And that is basically TVET environmental biotechnology in 5 minutes. I hope I've enlightened all of you. Thank you.